Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Aisha Lachey Reads, and today my mom is going to be choosing my TBR for a week. Okay, so this is my mom and she gets to pick my TBR, so she's going to pick her first book. I just gave her books from my fall TBR that I want to get to, so they're like the top level of priority. So she'll just get to pick between these four.
Okay, so this is the stack of books that she gave me. And I've always told Aisha never to judge a book by her cover. But since I don't have any other information, I guess I'm choosing a book by its cover.
You can read it too if you want, the synopsis.
So, you know which one I'm going to pick.
I know exactly which one you're going to pick. I already knew before I even...
Belladonna. We just got a cat named Blake Belladonna, and this is going to be my first pick.
See, I either knew it was that one or the Bright Young Women because of the whole serial killer aspect.
That's my second pick.
Yeah, so I'm going to read that, and then I'll give you guys like updates once I get more into it, and then once I finish that, she'll pick out the next one for me. Okay, so I'm about 100 pages into Belladonna, but like, look at this naked hardcover. It's just so pretty. I just can't get over it. Like, I normally read it with the dust jackets on just because I don't want them to get lost and ruined, but this book is just beautiful. So I had to take the dust jacket off. But I am 100 pages into Belladonna. I'm liking it. I'm liking the vibes. You get that, like, dark fall gloom aspect in this, and I really like that. And, like, her being able to see ghosts and all of that. She just got to her new caretaker's place, and so she meets her cousins and her uncle, and you get a little bit more with like her in depth. But yeah, I'm definitely loving this. It's weird reading this versus like adult fantasy and like romance, because this is super easy, like fast to read. So I read that like 100 pages in like a couple of hours yesterday. But yeah, I'm definitely liking this. I'm getting like the fall vibes that I wanted. But yeah, I'll give you guys another update once I read a little bit more, but I am enjoying this. Okay, so I have about 100 pages left in this book, but I'm going to have my mom choose the next one so I can start it once I finish this one. So now you get to pick. And she read the synopsis of these ones before this time.
All right, so Bright Young Women, Divine Rivals, If We Were Villains, and This Delicious Death. So, you guys know I was leaning towards Bright Young Women because the whole Ted Bundy thing, true crime, and I think I'm gonna stick with that one because, like her, I'm a true crime junkie. So, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna head to. That's my pick.
All right, so once I read some of this, I will give you guys an update. Okay, so I finally finished Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I really love like the atmosphere, the characters, the setting. The story was like a little bit slow, but it wasn't like too bad. It definitely picked up more towards like the end of it, and I definitely got like the fall Halloweenish vibes that I was looking for. Sorry. But yeah, I had a good time reading this. It was enjoyable. I read it pretty fast. So I'm thinking I'm going to give this one a 3.5 stars because I really enjoyed it. It was a good, fun book, and I just had a good time reading it, but it wasn't like an absolute favorite. So normally when I do like 3.5 stars, it means like I enjoyed the book a lot, but it's not, I don't think it's something that's going to like stick into my mind for like ever. But I just had a fun time reading it, and it's definitely like a good book to like pick up in the fall because like ghosts and like mystery aspects and stuff like that. But I definitely really enjoyed this. So if you like that fall aesthetic, the gothic aesthetic and stuff like that, definitely pick this one up. It's a YA, so it definitely reads fast. But yeah, 3.5 is going to be my final rating on this. And now I'm going to finally pick up Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. And I'm going to read you the summary, parts of the summary, just so you know fully what it's about. It says, January 15th, 1978. is a night of promise. A serial killer escapes in Aspen, Colorado. Couldn't be further from the minds of busy young women at the top of a sorority on Florida State University in Tallahassee. Sorority president Pamela Schumacher spends her Saturday night glued to her desk, creating her textbook like a pillow, studying, startled awake at 3 a.m. by a strange sound. She makes the fateful decision to investigate when she finds outside her bedroom door is a scene so impossibly violent, 2 of her sisters dead and 2 others maimed. So this is like her story and like a story about the sorority house that got terrorized in the 1978 by none other than the serial killer Ted Bundy. So I am excited to pick this up and see if I like it. With it being like, I think it's like more of like a thriller mystery kind of like type thing, and with my love of true crime, I think I'm really gonna like this. So yeah, it's pretty short. I love the cover, so I'm gonna get started on this, and once I've read some into it, I will give you guys an update on this. Okay, so I got my adult fairy loot. So I'm gonna open it in this vlog because I don't want to wait for my book haul that I'm gonna be doing. So we're gonna open this. I'm so excited. Oh, peanuts. Okay, so this month's theme was It Beneath the Mask, so there's that. And I'm so excited to see this. My first adult fairy loot, and I'm stoked. Oh my god, it's green. I can't, it's so pretty. Like, look at the author letter. Like, it's so pretty. And it's the green. Oh my god, I can't. And there's a bird on the side. What? The green is gonna like, I love it. I love everything about this. Man, the end papers, and I forgot how. I can't. Look at the. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I can't. And then here are the end pages. And it's Son of Blood and Ruin. I can't. This is so pretty. And then it has a reversible dust jacket, and this is the reverse of the dust jacket, and I absolutely love it. Okay, I'll read you the synopsis because I don't know. It says, I don't even know how to say that word. The Empire of Mokotezum, I think, has long fallen, a city raised on bones of Tonashitalan. I have no idea. I'm sorry. I'm like the worst with like weird words. None dare whisper the name of their gods or speak of the magic that once graced the land, of the witches who hunted as jaguars, the warriors who soar as eagles, until a new name emerges, a curse on the lips of the Spanish, a hero in hearts of the people, a masked vigilante, a sorceress with a blade, Pantera. But that is not her only name. To all who know her, Lenora de las Casas, and then a weird name, is a glittering jewel of court promised to the heir of the Spanish throne. The respectable Lady Lenora faints at the sight of blood and would sooner be caught dead than wield a sword, even against the dauntless thief with a cunning smile. No one suspects that Lenora and Pantera are one and the same. Lenora has fooled them all, and with the magic of her ancestors running through her veins, she is nearly invincible until an ancient prophecy of destruction threatens, and she is forced to decide: surrender the mask for her life, but the legacy Pantera is destined for more than an early grave. And once she discovers the truth of her origin, not even death will stop her. I'm literally super excited about this book. And it's just so beautiful, this cover and the green. Like, I'm a sucker for anything green. So, I'm super excited about this. I'm definitely going to have to pick it up soon. It's so pretty. And then, I don't know if it's a real signature or a printed signature, but there's that. Yeah, but I just had to open this on camera because I didn't want to wait for my book haul. But I'm excited to read this. And I will give you guys an update on my reading a little bit later. Okay, so I am 100 pages into Bright Young Women, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I like how it is going off of, like, the victims and stuff like that. They're not bringing up the person who actually did the crimes and all of that. And it's about the stuff that they go through and the people that survived and, like, their trauma and stuff. And we're getting a perspective from someone in, I think it's Issaquah, next to Seattle, which I've been to. So we're getting her perspective, and I think it's before something happens to her, but she's, like, in grief counseling because of, like, her father's death and, like, all this stuff, I guess. But I really love, like, the grief aspects of this book because it goes into it, like, really well and does, like, a good job, like, explaining it and, like, showing how different it is for every person that goes, like, through grief. And so I'm loving this book for, like, that aspect too, because you get to see what these women go through after an event like this. Just the people that survive, like, everything that they have to go to. But yeah, I'm only 100 pages in because I went to an Attila concert yesterday and I've been, like, dead ever since. So I'm going to pick up some more of it. I'm wanting to finish it tonight, but we'll see. And then I'll give you guys an update once I get a little bit further. Okay, so I have about 100 pages left of Bright Young Women. I'm really loving it. I just love, like, the survivor aspect, and this is them before they know who hurt the girls in the sorority. So they're, like, going to Colorado to ask people about the escape of, like, the convict and stuff like that, and see if anyone knew where he was going so they can prove that it was him who went there. And so I'm really loving this. There's, like, a few things in here that I was just like, it makes total sense. So I'm gonna read a couple of them. I tabbed them so I could bring them up. It's nothing, like, spoilery or anything, but it says law enforcement backed up his self-proclaims of brilliance to cover up their incompetence, which I think is definitely true in that case, because, like, everyone's like, oh yeah, Bundy was so smart, but he wasn't as smart as everyone made him out to be. And so I think they made him smarter just because he was able to evade the police so easily and stuff. So I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, that's totally, like, true in that, like, entire case. And I was just like, yeah. And then another one, I'm almost to the page. And it was basically, this one is basically, like, talking about how he went for smart, brilliant young women to kind of, like, make up for him not being smart and all these things he pretends to be. So he targets people that actually are smart and have, like, a bright future ahead of them and stuff. And I thought that was, like, an interesting point of view, because I was like, that would kind of make sense as to why, like, he would do that, because, like, he wanted to do all these things, but he flunked out of law school, and then he had to basically forge papers to get into the other law school here in Utah. So I'm just like, yeah, it makes total sense. But I'm just loving it. I'm loving, like, all the different aspects of it. You get a little bit of, like, the older cases and stuff and the characters in here, and I just like how they're portraying the survivors and the victims of all of this stuff and focusing on them and not about the killer, Bundy, and all of that stuff, which I think we need more of, because I love the victims' stories more than I like the person who committed these crimes and stuff like that. And it's just like amazing to think like the incompetence in this happened so often back then, because you got Bundy, you had Dahmer, you had John Wayne Gacy. Literally, they had them so many times, and they could have saved so many lives if they would have followed up with like all these claims and stuff. And so this is like proving kind of like how they weren't prepared for this kind of stuff back then, and how nowadays you don't have as many like serial killers, because law enforcement and stuff, they take claims and stuff more seriously, and we have like our DNA evidence and all of that, so it's easier to catch people before they can get to Bundy level like murder and stuff like that. But yeah, this is definitely a really good book. It's definitely more of just like a fiction book, so if you don't like that, you might not like it, but I just like it because I like true crime and all that kind of stuff. It reads a little bit kind of like a thriller. Like if you didn't know like the backstory of who this is about and stuff, you would be wondering, oh, like did he do it or what? Like it reads a little bit kind of like a thriller in that way. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this, and I'll give you guys another update once I finally finish this. Okay, so I realized a week later when I was editing this video that I didn't wrap up my reads and me finishing the books and stuff. So we're gonna do that now. So I did end up reading just 2 books that my mom chose for me. The first one was Belladonna. I really enjoyed this one. It YA fantasy, like gothic. Well, is it fantasy? Yeah, gothic-esque. I love the vibes. It was really fun. It wasn't my favorite book that I've ever read, but I just enjoyed like the atmosphere and the characters and like the plot and stuff that was going on. So I did give this one a 3 stars. But yeah, this was like a really fun, like perfect read for the fall time. And then the second book I picked up was Bright Young Women. I gave this one a 4. I loved the true crime aspect of this, and it like going over the survivors' stories and people that are trying to get justice for the people that they love that got hurt by this serial killer. And I loved that aspect a lot. This normally isn't my typical genre that I read. It's more of like just a general fiction than like a mystery like thriller, because I kind of like, even if it's not directly linked to like everything's the same as the real life accounts, like I still kind of knew most of it. So yeah, I really did enjoy this. Yep, I gave it a 4 star. It was definitely worth the read, and I had fun. And if you like true crime and fiction and stories like that, definitely pick this one up, because it was just like a fun like read, but I definitely enjoyed it. But yeah, that is the end of my mom picks my TBR for a week. I only did 2 books just because I was really busy. We had like a fun Asian food night at our house, so we made like a lot of food, and then I had a concert, so I was kind of dead. Like the day of the concert I was busy, and then like dead the few days after, so only got to those 2. But yeah, I had a really good time doing this, and it was fun to have her pick those out for me, because I probably wouldn't have picked them up as soon if she didn't pick those out for me. So I'm really excited that I did this. But yeah, I think that's gonna be everything for this video, and thanks to my mom for being a part of it. It was really fun. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and if you like videos like this, definitely let me know in the comments below. And if you have other book suggestions that kind of go along with these ones, definitely let me know. I always like new book recommendations. But that's gonna be all for me today. Happy reading!